What's up guys, and welcome back to another video, and today we're going over 10 things you need to know before watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And before we get on the video, I would like to announce we will be having a giveaway for 2 tickets to this movie. All you have to do is leave a like, subscribe, and comment below what you're most excited for in the upcoming movie. And that is it. And let's get straight on the list with number 10, fans will learn more about Drax. If you thought that Drax was an amazing character in the first film, then you should know that his role will be much bigger in Guardians 2. While Dave Bautista was at a film festival this year, he answered a few questions and explained how Drax's goals match up with the central theme of the movie. In the sequel, he gets closer and more caring with the other Guardians, which is why he begins to see them as a family. Mantis, the new member of the team, will develop a close relationship with Drax. He will become her father figure, which is very emotional because in the first film, it was revealed that he lost his daughter. Some people will even say that fans will see more of Drax's past, and the film will show how he was like as a father and husband. Another important thing to know about Drax is that James Gunn really wanted to make sure that he was still a badass who doesn't understand metaphors. He also talks about Drax's blowing people's minds in test screenings. Number 9, Rocket's past will be explored. After watching the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, it is very clear that most of these characters have a very tragic past. Peter was abducted from Earth after his mother died, Drax's family was slaughtered, and Gamora was adopted by the man who murdered her family. Rocket may have not lost someone close to him like the other Guardians have, but that does not change the fact that he had an extremely painful past. He was genetically and cybernetically enhanced, which granted him the ability to speak and intelligence. The only problem with this is that he had to experience years of abuse and repetitive genetic rewrites, which caused him to develop a chaotic personality. You can definitely expect his past to be mentioned in the second Guardians movie, and it will most likely play a very important role in the film. According to James Gunn, Rocket's history is going to affect his relationship with the other Guardians. Number 8, don't expect to see Adam Warlock. Ever since a sequel for Guardians of the Galaxy was announced, fans have been making many predictions. Some people believe that Adam Warlock will appear in the movie since he played a major role in Infinity Gauntlet. Also, if you pay close attention to the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, you'll notice that it shows a cocoon for a brief second. Whenever Warlock slips into regenerative sleep, he forms a cocoon around himself. Another reason why people think that he's going to be in the movie is because Aisha, who is essentially intended to be her to Warlock's him, will be a key character in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. After Marvel released Adam Warlock toys, rumors started to spread around and James Gunn decided to respond. He basically said that if Warlock was in the movie, then the packaging cover would say Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So it seems like we probably won't be seeing Warlock until Infinity War. Number 7, Nebula will return. Many people know her as the adoptive daughter of Thanos and the sister of Gamora. Zoe Saldana, the actress who plays Gamora, said that Nebula will help fans see a glimpse of how terrible life must have been like to grow up with a crazy adoptive father. She was a villain in the first movie and comics, but apparently she will have to switch sides in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. She comes back into the story relatively early and somewhere along the way finds herself in trouble. She is captured by the Sovereign and they hold her as a prisoner. She may have to work with the Guardians to get herself out of this mess. According to Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige, Nebula will have a much bigger role in this movie than she did in the first film. You can expect the movie to explore the dynamic between Nebula and Gamora. Nebula will have a difficult time deciding whether or not she wants to kill her adopted sister. She will also spend time teaming up with Taserface. Number 6, Yondu will get more screen time. If you were happy with Michael Rooker's performance as Yondu in the first film, then you should be glad to know that he will have much more screen time in the sequel. This movie takes place only a few months after the first one, and let's just say the Ravagers are not the biggest fans of Peter Quill. Near the ending of the first film, Quill double-crossed the Ravagers because he knew he could not trust them with the Infinity Stone. After this happens, the Ravagers start to wonder where Yondu's allegiance lies. They believe that he is starting to get too soft because of Quill. This may cause them to feel unsure about him being the leader, and that's when Taserface begins to rebel against him. In the first film, Yondu was just a bad guy chasing Peter, but now he will be joining the Guardians. In the trailer that was released at Comic-Con, the Ravagers held Rocket and Yondu as prisoners. Number 5, there will be many new characters. As many fans already know, Pom Klementieff joined the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and she will be playing Mantis. She actually had to audition a few times because James Gunn wanted to do something very unique with Mantis. This character has empathic abilities, so she can basically feel and manipulate people's emotions just by touching them. Out of all the new characters, she is the only one who will be joining the Guardians team as a member. Another new character is Taserface, and he will be played by Chris Sullivan. He is a Ravager who rebels against Yondu. James Gunn described him as an extremely dumb person, but is still a very powerful individual. Sylvester Stallone's role in the movie has not been confirmed yet, but his character will be a member of the Nova Corps. James Gunn has said that his character is very important to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Number 4, the main villain is Aisha. Elizabeth Debicki will be playing Aisha, also known as Her. She is the result of a group of scientists called the Enclave attempting to create a perfect being. She's a member of the race called Sovereign, and they're all genetically created. In order to speak to the Sovereign, the Guardians must be very careful because they are easily offended. In the comics, Aisha tries to look for warlocks so they could have sex and create the perfect race. After finding out that he died a few years ago, she goes on a quest to find another perfect man. Aisha has the ability to function as a living storage vessel and manipulator of cosmic energy. The film begins with Aisha hiring the Guardians to perform a mission for her, but later on she decides to fire them and hires the Ravagers instead. Because of Aisha, the Ravagers will spend a good amount of time going after Quill. Number 3, Awesome Mixtape Volume 2. Before Peter's mother died, she gave him a present and told him to open it when the Guardians defeat the Ronin at the Battle of Xandar. Near the ending of the movie, Peter finally opens the present and finds out that she gave him a second mixtape. The one thing everyone can agree on is that the first mixtape in Guardians of the Galaxy had amazing songs. James Gunn understood that using songs from the 70s and 80s was definitely going to help set the tone for the movie. Right after the film came out, fans could not stop listening to the soundtrack, and many of them are probably hoping that the second Awesome Mixtape will have even better songs. If you're excited for the soundtrack, then you should know that it will be released on April 28th, which is a week before Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 comes out. Many songs have already been confirmed, such as The Chain by Fleetwood Mac and Fox on the Run by Sweets. Number 2, this movie will not set up Infinity War. One of the most anticipated movies of 2018 is Avengers Infinity War, which will feature many characters including the Guardians of the Galaxy. Some people think that Guardians 2 will set up Infinity War, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Kevin Feige said that the fans should not expect this movie to have any direct connections with Infinity War. He kinda described it as Captain America Civil War because it was a standalone story, but still fits in the MCU. Feige did say that the film will inform future things, but it will not be linked to the Avengers. Also, it has already been confirmed that Thanos will not be in the movie, which is kinda surprising since he did make his first full appearance in Guardians of the Galaxy. You should expect the movie to mainly focus on the Guardians and their evolution as heroes. It will also show them fighting to keep their newfound family together. Number 1, we will finally meet Peter's father. The one question everyone asks themselves while watching Guardians of the Galaxy is, who the hell is Peter's father? Well, this mystery will be solved in Guardians 2. Shortly after the release of Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn confirmed that Peter's dad will not be the same character in the comics. In the first trailer, Star-Lord asks Kurt Russell's character who he is. He responds with, "I thought my good looks would make it obvious. My name is Ego. I am your dad." Ego is a planet whose consciousness was given to him by the Stranger. James Gunn has described him as an ancient cosmic being who has been on the edges of the universe by himself. Chris Pratt tried to explain the relationship between Peter and Ego by saying that they will have to endure the reality of being a family. He also said that Peter has spent so much time wondering who his father is, and now he will finally discover if this person lives up to his expectations. And that is it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to enter the contest if you want to win 2 tickets to watch this movie. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment below what you're excited for, and I'll see you all later.